Today's pregame is brought to you by Auto Select, located on Schofield Avenue in Weston. With a 3-year nationwide warranty and free roadside assistance at Auto Select, you're good to go. That's Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. Our pregame show continues now with SPASH football head coach Ryan Eigenberger. Coach, coming into this one, just the one loss, a very tough week one opponent. And then, a kind of a tough schedule for you and your team this year. How do you think that works in your favor here tonight?
I think it's proven, that we're tough on the field. We've had some battles in games every week, so we know that we're hardened, we're battle tested. We've come back in games. We've had the lead in games and handled that situation well. So our team's been tested a lot in the first 5 weeks, and I'm proud of really that grit and toughness that our guys have shown.
People that watch your games online with us, or they see your highlights, they see Grant throwing the ball, guys, making fantastic catches in the end zone, Braylon running up the middle of the field, but all that's possible with your offensive line. Let's give some credit to your offensive line here this evening.
They have been so great, and our emphasis all year has been on the physical play and being more physical on both sides of the ball and winning the battle of the trenches. And our offensive line has really bought into that. And we've had to have some guys step up. So really, we're pretty comfortable with 6 guys that can step in and play at a high level at our level in our conference. So it's been awesome to have guys step up. 3 of them returned from last year. A couple of guys have stepped into the role, and they're creating big holes. They're giving the quarterback time to throw the ball. It really just comes down to that physical play that they bought into.
Tonight's game, it seems like defensively is going to be another challenge for your guys. Big bruising running back on the other side, and some other talented folks on that Warrior side of the football. What's your mentality? How do you expect your defense to react to the big running game by Wausau West here tonight?
We have to be sound. We have to be gap sound, and 41 is a great running back. He's hard to contain, and we know that we got to get multiple hats to the ball in order to take him down. It's not going to be a one-on-one game. We got good cats for sure, but we might lose that battle. So our plan is to try to swarm the ball, really kind of key in on their run game, and honestly make them beat us by the pass is hopefully the goal. If they're going to win, it's hopefully by the pass, and we can do some things hopefully to shut Ray down tonight.
And then offensively, I mentioned your guys when you do have the ball. What do you know about the Wausau West defense? How do you plan to attack these guys here tonight?
They have a really strong defensive front, one of the best in conference for sure. They create a lot of havoc, and that's where they return. They return 3 guys up there, and they do a really, really good job. So we're going to have to be sound in our run game and in our pass protection and communicate and make sure that we keep up our physical play. And I think their defensive backfield is also very solid with two high quality returning cornerbacks. Everywhere they're solid, but that's really where they're the best at varsity level experience. We're getting to be week 6, so everyone's got experience, but they come back, they return some all conference players on the line and in the defensive backfield. So, we're going to have to still be physical up front and establish the run game, and everything else will open up off that.
Coach, you're 5 games in, you're 4-1. Our computerized ranking has you at number 9 in the state. Through those 5 games, though, you've only played 1 game on the road, and here you are tonight for just the second time. How do you go about preparing your guys for a road game?
Well, I think the unique thing for us is that, and Wausau is the same in some other schools, but we bus to Gerke every week. So definitely not a road game whenever we're playing at Gerke, but, some of that preparation that we go through, hopping on a bus, getting off the bus, we're used to. But I know, we just have that mental toughness. We like to get up there, not too early, but get up there and get a little bit of a 10-minute on-field workout going and just wake up the central nervous system a little bit. So our guys are like we talked about before, tested, and I think they're ready for that challenge.
After tonight's game, you've got 3 conference games left against teams with just a combined 1 win in conference. So obviously, if you do the math, tonight could be a conference championship type game. A couple of your guys actually feel pretty confident about conference. Tell us about how you go about preparing your guys mentally for this type of magnitude of a game that you have in front of you.
Like we talked about before, I mean, this is how it's felt every week so far, and this is how it feels every week in the Valley, no matter who your opponent is. But we going into McGuanago, going into Hudson, Hortonville, those are in Rapids and Everest last week. Those are really tough games too, and you can't win that conference championship with one win. You need them all, so we really do prepare that way. But it has built up to this moment for us, and our guys have stepped up to the challenge every single time, and they feel that too. So we had our best practice last night where it was a little bit of looseness, but a lot of focused intensity as well. And that's what you want to see going up to a game like this. You don't want to be too tight. You want to be able to be free flowing and ready to make some plays.
Coach Ryan Eigenberger, best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and on Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. From oil changes, check engine lights, brakes, struts, shocks, tires, your vehicle is always in good hands with Auto Select. Quality, dependable automotive care from service experts you can trust in Stevens Point and Plover. Pre-game show continues as we visit with Wausau West football coach Matt Johnson. Coach, coming into this game, could turn out to be a conference championship game. Through 5 games played, you guys have outscored your opponents 171-24. Are you just that much better than who you've played so far, or have you not gotten into the competitive part of your schedule yet?
I mean, I think we've played well so far this season and had some breaks go our way and stuff like that. So I don't think that we're that much better than anyone. But I guess, as you look at just records and you just play that out, the teams that we've played have I think the most wins that any of those teams have is 2. And now you look ahead and you've got Point and you've got Everest and you've got Hortonville and Appleton West is struggling to find some wins. But those are the teams now that are kind of shaping up to be the meat of the schedule, so to speak, or whatever. But so we're fortunate to get through the ones that we did. And obviously we helped give them those records or whatever by beating each of them. But we kind of look at this as the meat of our schedule. And it starts with Stevens Point this Friday night.
Through your 5 games, you've run the ball fairly well, aside from putting it on the ground maybe one too many times over in Wisconsin Rapids, but you've run the ball well and you've played good defense. Is that the recipe again tonight?
Yeah, I think that's kind of always our recipe. We want to be a physical football team, and I think that starts with running the football, and we've got a really good, talented running back in Ray Reinick, and it's no secret that it kind of starts and stops with him for us, and we had an interesting night at Rapids, and we did put that first one on the ground, and he was a little banged up and a lot of question marks surrounding it. So, with the exception of that first half, we have run the ball really, really well. But our defense, like you mentioned, they've been rock solid. I'm not sure what the number you said, the points we've given up. And I think a couple of those, we gave one up on offense and we gave one up on special teams. So when you really break it down, our defense has been pretty solid. And again, Points may be the best offense that we've seen so far. So we hopefully we can hold up against them as well. And then moving forward.
24 points given up on the season, 2 of them shutouts. So you've got a really good defensive group. What's one position group that maybe hasn't got enough recognition or does things that are kind of under the radar that you think are really good?
Well, I think a lot of the notoriety goes to our defensive line, like you said. So you're looking for a different group, but it kind of starts up front with those guys. And our defensive backfield is pretty rock solid. Brett Butala, Carter Emerson, Marcus McDonald, JJ Drews back there. And then kind of those overhang safeties with Timmy Gospodarek and Jaden Drews. That back end has really done a nice job and able to kind of lock those guys in coverage from time to time. And it helps then when you can helps with the pass rush and stuff when you can have guys not getting open. So they work together. And then our linebackers, I think, are the group that really kind of flies under the radar. Sawyer Zidzik and Levi Pernsen are there to clean up the mess behind our big fellows up front. And they've done a really nice job, and they'll be put to the test with points running game.
Certainly will be. Our current rankings, again, not a poll. We take all the emotion and the human element out of it. You and I have talked about this before. Have you at 15 through what I call lap 5 of 9, and have the SPASH Panthers ranked number 9 in Division 1. SPASH comes in here tonight. They run the ball well like you do. They pass the ball really well. They present some special challenges for you here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it right there. They do both things really, really well. And Stevens Point has played a little bit more difficult schedule than us. Again, just kind of going by records, no disrespect to any team we've played, but they have been tested a little bit, getting McQuanago on the schedule early and Hudson, teams that we really respect and we know have great programs. So yeah, they've been a little bit more tested and they're very versatile. They've got some nice weapons on the outside with the Kanapaki kid and then Smola running the football. And I never know if everybody's right, but Chandana, their quarterback, Grant, is a really talented thrower, really completing a high percentage of passes. I think he's up near like 70%. So yeah, they're versatile and they're really good. So we're looking forward to that.
The good news, Coach, is even if we say the names wrong, those kids won't see this till after the game. So there's
can't be
no
mad at me.
Disadvantage there.
Thank you.
Home game. Lastly, let's wrap up with this. Home game. How do you take advantage of your home field tonight?
I think kids just feel comfortable. And our home field is different because it's not at Wausau West. So we still get to drive over to Tom Field. So it kind of builds that anticipation when you get over there. And then we come across and we see our Warrior Pride banner hanging across the back of the stadium. And it feels like home. And I just think the energy from the crowd, and we've had very good student sections and very good parent sections and general public. So we're just excited to see a really great atmosphere against a really good team and have a really good night.
Coach Matt Johnson, Wausau West Warriors, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that'll wrap up our pregame show kickoff. Coming up next on Zaleski Sports. Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust and will exceed your expectations. You'll find reward programs to save you time and money and many of the top tire brands on the market with a variety of options to fit your vehicle and budget. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston.